YouTube family. Auntie is here. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture. There's Curls that sometimes get in the way. There's Scoop and there's Hugs. Whew, I have a lot. Today, it's a lot. This Curl's getting on my nerves. There's a lot. There's a lot today. Let's start with the Wendy Williams. Her show ended officially on Fox today. And never did I ever thought I would ever agree with her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter. He said it was a travesty. They should have done a whole hour tribute. She was unlike anything you saw on television, whether you liked her or not. And they could have done a whole hour retrospective on her time on television, from all the great guests, the cooking segments, the hot topics. I just was expecting a whole hour, not, 12 minutes? Yeah. I don't know if she'll pop back on television. Maybe she'll go back into podcasting. Several past weeks, she has been very quiet. But she's going to be missed. And watching that little tribute that they put together, you realized how unique Wendy Williams was. Speaking of reunion, if you guys start watching the Martin reunion, it's streaming now on BET Plus. 90 minutes of the best, the tears. I actually teared up. There was a part where I teared up. They remember Tommy. You got Marley Gibbs, Tommy Davidson, Brian McKnight, Snoop Dogg, Tisha Campbell, Tashina Arnold, Carl Anthony Payne, and of course Martin Lawrence. It was one of the greatest shows of the 90s, and you just don't get that kind of comedy show today. Now, speaking of shows that I love, Abbott Elementary comes back to ABC on September the 21st. Game of Thrones. Any Game of Thrones fans out there? There's a spinoff. Kit Harington is coming back as Jon Snow. I met him years ago, but he didn't come to the studios to talk about Game of Thrones. I don't watch Game of Thrones, so I didn't know who he was. I just say he's cute. So when I posted the picture, they were like, "You had Jon Snow in your studio?" So I'm thinking, who Jon Snow? He was here to talk about some mummy movie or something that he had. But that was my Kit Harington experience. And I said, I guess I really blew it because I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but the spinoff is coming. Jon Snow is back. Beyoncé, the multi-part album. I've got scoop on what you can expect. It's going to have some dance tracks. It's going to have country acts. Now, for those who are like, country, y'all know Beyoncé from Texas. And if you go back to the Lemonade album, she had a song on there called Daddy's Lessons. See, I'm the one I love digging into the tracks. It was country leaning, so she's going to go that way. One of the producers that she's working with is a guy by the name of Ryan Tennant. He's from the group One Republic. He's written songs for Adele, Taylor Swift. I am not surprised at this because I always said, where is Beyonce's kind of like Adele moment? I think we're going to get it on this album. She's working with Raphael Sadiq. Tony, one of the hottest producers out here. A couple years ago, Raphael produced the album for Solange. But I cannot wait for this to come out. It's 16 songs. So it's going to be different types. And I'm sure she is the type. She does all genres of music. But these are a couple of the producers that Beyonce is going to be working with. Well, today, I work for iHeartRadio. See that DAS when I move that? Well, today at the top of the hour, every hour, we had to play the new song from Diddy. Every hour on the hour. It's called Gotta Move On. Diddy is now with Motown. He's releasing a new album. He's getting honored at the BET Awards on the 26th, even though we don't know who's doing the tribute. But Diddy has a new song out. He does it with Bryson Tiller. The song, Gotta Move On, is about Cassie. They went together for 11 years. He wasn't good to Cassie. He liked to put them hands on Cassie. One time he tore so much of her hair out, she was trying to pretend like, well, I just wanted to shave. No, he pulled the hair out. He would reclaim his love for Kim Porter. but he was with Cassie. It was not a good situation, but then something in her woke up. Maybe it was her ovaries that said, girl, leave, leave. She left him. She married a man, handsome. She's going on to marry him. They have 2 kids, and she seems happy. Diddy and his feelings. Now wait, we both Scorpios, and we're both born on November the 4th. He is hot. He is still mad. He says, I am glad she's moved on because now I can move on with my first love, music. There's a line in the song. I listen to songs. You have a new agenda with someone you barely know. Diddy, if you didn't beat her ass so much, she wouldn't have left. If you treated her right, she wouldn't have left. Sometimes you leave for you. Can function, hit this great song out, I'm leaving you for me. I'm for my sanity, for my happiness. I always say it. When respect is not there, when love is not there, when people abuse you, whether it's beating you physically or emotionally, you have to leave, because at the end of the day, you must love yourself more than anything else. This is why I get so upset with Khloe Kardashian. Because it's like, girl, I just want to do something that'll make you happy. She's releasing statements like, well, if he's cheating, I just wish he wore a condom. Girls. I do have a Tristan Thompson story with Drake. I'll tell you about it later. When someone can't love you, when someone abuses you and tells you it's love, that's not love. It's not. It's not cute. It's not love. And if you're going through this, you need to talk to a woman who has walked down that same path and thought it was love, or the man, because men are out here getting beat too. Someone don't treat you right, you can't stay. You have to be grateful about your life and put your happiness first. Put your happiness, and if someone don't treat you good, that's not love. You move on. He mad as hell that she moved on. She cracked that face. He's going to say, well, she was cheating and she knew him before. No, she woke up. She woke up. And just like I said with Johnny Depp, don't you go back, Cassie, don't you go back. Happiness, your happiness and your health. If someone can't love you right, you gotta go. Kevin Hart is opening up a plant-based fast food restaurant. Y'all know he eats healthy, all plant-based. He's going to start them in LA. Then I know he's going to come and have one in Philadelphia. But Kevin Hart's getting into that business. His new movie with Woody Harrelson, The Man from Toronto, is going to be opening I think around the 24th. He's producing a documentary on Black comedians. It's going to air on A&E. I'm going to be talking about it all the time at the very end of the month. The greats, from the Red Fox to the Moms Mabley, Dick Gregory, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, Bernie Mac, the Black comedians, those who stood out and paved the way for the newbies that you see today. The shows that made a difference, from Def Comedy Jam to In Living Color. Look at the talent that just came out of In Living Color. I cannot wait. Y'all know I love documentaries, but Kevin Hart is producing it. Kanye West being caught up in the Me Too movement. There's a model who said she was forced to get naked and twerk. Next. Judge Mathis, his reality show is debuting this weekend. It's called Mathis Family Matters on the E! Channel tonight. And if you don't catch it on Friday night, it's on Hulu. ABZ presents Soul of a Nation. You got Michael Strahan, Good Morning America, sitting down with former President Barack Obama. Leslie Odom is going to be hosting a 2-hour special, Juneteenth, Together We Triumph. Country sensation Jimmy Allen is just one of the performers, and it just looks good. I'm so looking forward to having it in my weekend plans, but that's going on. And when people say to you, what's Juneteenth? It's a celebration of freedom. Richard Williams, the dad of Venus and Serena. he couldn't divorce that stepmom, and he got a little dementia. Well, they're going over the bankruptcy because the stepmother, Keisha, filed for bankruptcy. She's trying to keep the house in Florida, the $1 million house that is just dilapidated and everything else. Well, they went through her spending, and Keisha spent $1 million on fast food. There's not that much Popeyes in the world. I don't care how much you like that chicken. $1 million? She don't know how to cook. And that means she ate out all day, every day. But $1 million? Lakeisha. Lakeisha. Chris Rock and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, they've asked them to host this year's Emmy Awards. They said no, because watch, Chris Rock is going to wind up hosting the Academy Awards. But the 74th Annual Primetime Emmy Awards are taking place September the 12th on NBC. Big congratulations, the Isley Brothers, Mariah Carey, the Neptunes, Pharrell. Last night they were inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Bobby Brown, is anybody going to watch that? Have you watched the A&E docuseries? He says he's glad he did it because it helped him to move on with his life. When you watch it, you realize the tragedy that Bobby Brown has had. Great successes, but losing Whitney, his daughter, his son, his mom, who he's very close to, the addictions, and it was good. But Bobby says it has helped him move on with his life. Yesterday, we were talking about Monique getting her money from Netflix. 3 comedy specials. I hear she got about $50 million out of Netflix. Filming has begun on the new Lee Daniels movie, The Deliverance. Check out this cast. Either you are nominated for an Oscar or you won an Oscar. Monique, Glenn Close, Andra Day, Caleb McLaughlin. He's the kid from Stranger Things. Anjanou Ellis. In this movie, Lee Daniels says, "I'm going to scare you to Jesus." It's about a true story, by the way, of a woman whose house was possessed. And it was a true story. I believe the woman lived in Indiana, but he said that he's going to scare you to Jesus. I went over a lot of stuff. I hope you guys have a great weekend. To the dads, happy Father's Day. There are so many men who are doing great things by their children. I know there are a lot of bad dads, but there's a lot of good men. And if you know of a good man who's a good dad, wish them happy Father's Day and encourage them, because it is hard out here. Juneteenth, it's a celebration of freedom. Look at your lives. You can be your ancestors' wildest dream. When you think about your life, what you want to do with your life, no matter what race or color or sexuality, you want to be the best. You want to be the best so that your ancestors could sit back and look and say, look down. They're doing good. They're making the family proud. So it doesn't matter what heritage that you come from. Make your ancestors proud. It's Juneteenth. It is a federal holiday for the first time. This is a long weekend. I hope it is a good one for you. Y'all know I'm a little schizophrenic, and before I go, I'm gonna tell you why I'm a little schizophrenic. What the hell is what is this? I gotta get my knees. Does it need to be cut? I don't know, and it just sticks out like I'm Dennis the Menace. I don't know what this is, but the curl says, "Hope you enjoyed the scoop." The faces. Thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys so much. And there's going to be a lot of hearts given this weekend. I promise you. It's not cute not knowing. There is a weekend version. It's fancy. So check it out with pictures. I'm Patty Jackson. Thanks for joining me. I am your auntie of pop culture.